So there you have it, 3 questions. The first one was, is this permanent? Is it something that cannot be changed? Some things are final. When, death is the only really final thing for us, and we will all face that. And after that, we will face a judgment. So is this situation permanent? If I failed at this job, or if I failed at this attempt to help other people in perhaps in a church ministry situation, is that permanent, or can I learn from it? Is there a way in which I can see the circumstances and say it wasn't a good fit for me there, but I can find a good fit for me somewhere else? So many people just quit on life because they say, no, it's permanent. I tried to make a pie once and it didn't work out. Therefore, I'm no good at making pies. You can learn, you can change, you can get better. Try and try and try. And you will be amazed at what you can achieve if you stay with it and don't give up. Is it permanent? And then, is it pervasive? Is it something that is absolutely a universal, just like oxygen in the world? You can't live without oxygen. You can't live without water. But in the midst of all of the struggles, you can find ways to live with the circumstances in the narrow frame of reference that you have. You can develop the positive emotions in life, and we'll talk about that in another series. You can develop those positive emotions by concentrating on them, focusing on them, and saying to yourself, this isn't that pervasive. I haven't got time to think about all that negativity right now. I'm going to turn to what can be good for the future. And I can find a situation that will make this work for me. And then finally, the question that you've got to say is it personal? Now, you take it personally. You always take it personally. You want to turn around and say, well, is there someone else in the room that you're talking to? Don't take it personal. Yeah, well, it is personal in a sense. But when you realize that really it's personal only because the other person happens to put a red dot in your forehead and say, there's where the laser beam strikes, and so I'm going to blame that person. Is it really you? Is it really you are the problem? Probably not. And if it is, you need to fix that. You need to ask for forgiveness where you have failed. You need to move on and change your habits and move forward. But if you ask those questions and you realize that the answer to all of them is no, then you have the possibility of moving forward in spite of all of the obstacles that are there before you. Get started today by thinking differently in your mind. You are the person that you think you are. So start to think in a positive way, and you will find that you can make a much greater difference just because you ask 3 simple questions.